Once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, we're yeah,
Hey, everybody. Welcome in to the Highly Distracted Podcast, where the distractions are many and, what was I talking about? I'm your host, MoeHefin. This is my co-host, ColumnaT. And today, we will be talking about jobs. So Steve Jobs was quite an innovator, wasn't he, Columna?
Oh, he was. He was. He had a great mind, great tongue, and a great manipulator, and a great CEO.
Right. What a guy. So we're talking about Steve Jobs today, and yeah, what a guy. It's an iPhone. It's a tablet.
We're sponsored by Apple. Considering Apple Vision Pro is like coming out.
Yeah.
Or like recently, so it like convenient. They have
Exactly.
no standard who they are sponsoring to.
Yeah. Yeah. How is everybody doing? Excuse me, Surdy. How you fucking doing? Psyche, Jellybean. I think that's all the people that are here currently. Anybody else? Speak up for yourself. Oh shit.
Yeah. I was about to say. You would cover
my bad. Yeah. So, yeah, actually, no. Today we're not talking about fucking Steve Jobs. We're talking about our jobs and your jobs. Obviously, anybody in the chat who's interested in telling us about their job experience or has an experience to share after they hear ours. You know, good jobs, good bosses, bad bosses. You know, job drama, shitty co-workers, anything of that sort. It all fucking works, and I'm happy to fucking hear about it and talk about it. But yeah, so I was actually talking to Columna before we started the stream, and I realized one thing, that like Columna doesn't seem to remember that much, and like it like especially about his past, and it's that one thing that I realize that a lot of people don't remember this type of stuff about their past unless it's something extremely significant. So why am I the person who's constantly like, I remember my past, I remember like every job I've been through, I remember all of these like stories, all of these friends,
because you're greatly traumatized by
because I'm traumatized by everything. But yeah, it's actually because I, for some reason, like I build friends during these kinds of experiences, and these friends tend to kind of like be a little bit long lasting, and a lot of the times I get reminded. I'm like what, remember that little story about the girl that, like, in the last podcast, where like the girl that I spin around and she fucking flew 6 feet?
Oh yeah.
Right? No, more than 6. Like, if she flew like 6 meters, sorry. And she reminds me of it every time I see her or I speak to her. She's like, remember when you sent me flying? You know what I mean? And that's why, like, otherwise that story would have been completely like out of my fucking brain. Like, I would have completely forgotten it, and I get reminded every time. Like, every time I, like, Dina also in my chat, remember when you were teaching me self-defense and I kicked you and I was the one who flew, you know? And that's the thing, I forgot.
You would never be forgiven of all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I forgot about that story completely, but Dina like just reminds me of it, and I have friends that constantly remind me, and I think I'm kind of like a thing, like I'm kind of a meme where people just constantly say, oh dude, remember when you did this dumb shit? Like, damn dude, that was so fucking funny, and I'm constantly fucking reminded. Like, maybe I'm the guy who like always does like weird fucking crap that people just constantly remember, and then they remind me about it.
That sounds plausible, because for me, I mean, stuff has happened, but as you said, I'm not reminded by it. It just happens, and just we move on
Yeah.
for some for some reason. And as you said, you make friendship or make connection that long last.
Yeah.
Me, yeah, I just it happens and then move on
Then we
to
forget
other
about
stuff.
it. We
Yeah,
forget it.
yeah, eventually. But the thing is, like when you say, uh, like when we're discussing about this topic first, it feels like I don't remember anything
Yeah.
because it's just so fucking broad. Like
Yeah.
you can't just think, oh, something in my childhood about this. What happened in work? It's so fucking broad.
Mhm.
But I have I kind of have like a great memory too.
Mhm.
It just it just has to like be on a like be on a roll or like be on a certain
Yeah, be in a conversation, basically. Be brought
Yeah.
up in a conversation, in a sense.
Yeah, because I remember when I was talking to my sister and I reminded her a lot of fucking stuff.
Yeah,
And
that's
she's
exactly
like, "How
what
the
it is.
fuck do you how the fuck do you remember all this stuff?"
Yeah.
And the thing is, I remember those stuff in in detail, like day, in what year, and how old.
And she probably reminds you of some stuff in your, like, in
no,
your
she no. So far, nothing. So far, nothing.
lurking, no sound. Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah, indeed. What was your first job? How did you get your first job?
Are we talking about my first or my first
First.
job after high school? After I graduated high school.
Whichever one you feel would be more interesting to talk about.
Damn. The thing is, I didn't get my first job until I was like 8th grade, but and it was like a summer job basically.
Okay.
But when I went like 4th or 5th grade, we were allowed to have like internships at at a at a few places in our town.
Okay.
And sometimes I worked in a grocery store, in a gas station, and whatsoever.
Mhm.
And it's so funny because, like after growing up, like I'm almost like 30, and
Wow.
looking
Coco's an old
and
fuck.
yeah, 28. Holy shit!
So am I. I'm also 28. Also,
my back is fucking hurting, all that stuff.
it's yeah. Yeah, welcome in
But-
Zan, welcome in Dominic. How you doing? Dominic, it's been a while since I've seen you in here. Jesus, where'd you disappear to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, when I first had my internship in a grocery store. One time I was like, I felt sick,
Mhm.
but I still went there, and my first objective or assignment in the morning was like to take a cart with the stuff like grocery or whatever and put them on the shelves.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like pulling one, and I felt it was and I felt it was like quite heavy for me.
Mhm.
So I was like, holy shit, that they just started and I'm feeling like this. So I went to the staff room and all that stuff, and I told them, look guys, I'm feeling quite sick, and all that stuff. It's better for me to leave. And then they would just, yeah, sure, whatever, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I had
Yeah.
just and I worked there for like 15 minutes in that day and just left
Yeah.
and left and just went home. But my first job, my it was in 8th grade where I had like a summer job, and I worked at a kindergarten,
Mhm.
and it was cool and all that stuff. Like okay, it was a quite a real setting, like 8 hours a day, and I had that for like three weeks.
Okay, full
And it's so
time
funny
basically for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's so funny because you learn a lot how things work. Like like I was told I get to have a 30 minutes break, and I thought like I could have a 30 minutes break whenever. And I told him like, can I have it in the ending so I can like leave for that? And
Wow,
and they just
smart ass. You thought you broke the system,
said,
did you? Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that too. I was like, wow, this is like fucking great. But no, I had I only had
to be
a
to be
30-minute
fair,
break
to be fair,
in a certain time. Yeah.
to be fair, I would have taken that in the morning so I can come in late. I would have taken my 30. If that was the case, I would have taken my break in the morning so I can come in late, like I can sleep in a little bit more. Because right now I get an hour and a half break during my job, and like I'd be so
1 hour
happy.
and a half.
Yeah, I'd be very fucking happy to fucking take that in the morning and like wake up at 10:30. Yeah.
Damn. 1 hour and a half. That's like first time I've ever heard that. Like,
Well,
holy
usually it's 45 minutes, but yeah, I get mine an hour and a half.
shit. Oh damn. So
You would
damn.
rather leave earlier than come in later, Dominic? Really? No, I'd rather come in later than leave earlier. Actually, like I'm curious.
I'm-
like in the chat,
I'm-
who's better with the earlier than later? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I side with Dominic about that one. I rather just to wake up earlier, so I can just wake up and wake the fuck up during the day, and then when I come home, I have more of the day for myself and all that stuff.
Oh, damn.
So that's how so that's how I see it.
You
but,
wake up at
yeah.
5 a.m., Dominic? That's fucked up, dude. How
When
do you
when
live?
go to school.
I wake up at 9 sharp, like right as I'm starting my job. I work from home. So like I wake up at 9 sharp, turn on the coffee machine to begin with, sit down on the computer, reply to my boss where she's like, "Hi Mo, we have this and that." I reply to her, I read the messages, and I do we discuss the briefs and all of that for the day. Then I go to the coffee machine, I pour my coffee into my cup and start drinking as I work. Like I do not like give myself 2 to 3 minutes, before like I don't give myself like 15 to 30 minutes to kind of like wake up, do the routine, wash my face, dude. No, fuck that shit, dude.
You just wake up and then instantly work.
Yeah, wake up immediately
Yeah,
at the
I
PC
will
and work.
fucking die. I will fucking die. I give myself 2 hours before work.
Fuck that, man. Why
I-
would you wake up at
I
7
wake
a.m.? That's
I
bullshit.
wake up 2 hours before work, wherever I am. I'm not kidding. Of course, I snooze in meantime, like in the first 30 minutes, but 2 hours before, I set my alarm there. Boom.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome in Bear and Zan.
Where was I?
Talking about like
Uh,
how you
uh,
tried
you
to fucking cheat the system.
The thing is, I mean, the kindergarten teacher just looked at me funny, like when I asked her,
What's wrong with
like,
this dumbass? What
yeah,
the fuck?
yeah, yeah. You know when you're trying to be polite to people, all that stuff.
Yeah, when someone in front of you is a dumbass, but you're trying to be polite,
She
like
did
without
that,
calling him are you dumb?
yeah,
you
I
a
asked
fucking
that,
idiot?
like, is it possible to have my break, like at the end, and so I can leave instead? And then there was like complete silence.
Psyche's asking how old you were when you got
When you
that,
had your
when you did
first,
that.
That summer job was like at 8th grade. And how old? Wait.
If it's the same as it is in Lebanon, I'd assume you were 13.
13, 14, somewhere there.
Yeah.
And I was and I had a summer job at a kindergarten.
Hmm.
The job itself was like quite chill. The thing is, they was like poking me for every little detail, like for everything I did. For instance, I used to have like a hoodie on,
Mm-hmm.
like halfway
Yeah.
on my head, like hanging there, and a kindergarten just talked to me. It's better if you take down that hoodie, because they look up to you, and then they will see that as a cool thing, and do that later on and all that stuff.
But what
They
were
will
you?
add that to it. Huh?
What were you? What was your job?
I mean, taking care of kids. Yeah, I
But
was
wasn't it a
working alongside.
kindergarten? It was like a child care center or something?
What's the difference?
Like
I
where
mean,
people send their children just to kind of like play during the day while they're at work or something?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
So that's what I was working at, and oh damn, what? Where was I fucking now? So that happened.
Yeah, you said
Um,
about your hoodie and they look up to you and shit.
Yeah, and oh damn, I lost.
Yeah, yeah,
I lo-
daycare.
I lost my
Daycare is the
thought.
name, not a kindergarten. It's called daycare.
Oh, okay, but
Kindergarten is an actual place where like kids are taught stuff, like they learn.
okay,
Like it's kind of like preschool kind of deal.
okay. Shit,
Yeah.
I thought that was the same.
Yeah.
Like they left the kids there and all that stuff.
No, that's a daycare. Just like send your kids there, they're taken care of. Like I was like, damn, you were teaching at 13. You were teaching them like fucking English or something.
Hell no, hell
Uh,
fucking no.
I wake up,
But
get done with my shit, go to school for 8 to 9 hours, go home, start working, and then boom. That's dude. Fuck that. I don't take care of anything other than turning on my fucking coffee machine when I wake up. I have
Oh, damn,
30-minute train ride to school plus a 5 to 10-minute walk. I understand that. My last job where I actually no, there I had a couple jobs, but like one of my jobs, I had to take transport for 2 hours to get there and back. So
4 hours fucking traveling.
yeah, so I would basically be 2 hours to get there. Like I'd wake up at like 6:30, then 7 I would be waiting for my bus. Then the bus would arrive at 9:15. I would arrive 15 minutes late every day. And then if they ever dare tell me that I'm late, I would tell them to suck my ass. And then I would like I'd literally tell them to suck my ass, because I spent 2.5 hours getting there, because like half an hour was me driving to the fucking bus stop, you know?
Mm.
So
Holy shit, that was a long fucking wait.
so yeah, so I would finish my work, and I would also go go to the bus stop again and wait for my bus for 15 minutes after like 5 o'clock. Like I'd finish 5 o'clock, wait for my bus for 15 minutes, get on the bus, go home, take my car, drive back home. I would be home around 7:30.
And that's your whole fucking day. I mean, you
That
must be tired.
That was my day, yeah. But I would also like get home, change my clothes, go to the gym, and then come back from the gym around 9:30, 10, and fucking
Did you
play
live
some
alone?
RuneScape for an hour and go to sleep at 11.
Oh my!
That was my
fucking
time.
God.
That was my entire. It was horrible. I hated it. But yeah.
Yeah. I can fucking imagine like your whole day just work and traveling in a to and from work.
Yeah, no,
That
that was.
that would kill me. But did you live alone or?
No, I lived
how
with
was
my
it?
mom. That was more helpful, because she was the one who cooked, and she was the one
Yeah.
who like did everything around the house.
I was about to get that. Like,
Yeah.
how did you manage cooking and
Yeah, no,
and
no.
cleaning all that
If
stuff?
if that was my entire life, no, I would have probably it would have probably sucked ass. No.
Hell no. But yeah, but what did you work as? back then when you traveled that far?
That was a job. That was still the company that I'm working for right now, except now I work from home. So
From 2.5 hours to 1 minute.
not even just get out of bed and sit in front. When I was in Ukraine, it wasn't even a minute. I would get out of bed. You saw how it was in Ukraine. My bed was like right behind me. You know?
Yeah.
Like like I'd get out of bed, sit in front of the computer, and immediately get on. Like I wouldn't even fucking.
No pants or anything.
Yeah, none of that shit. I still don't do that. Why the fuck would I do that? Like even when I have like proper business interviews with like clients and shit like that, I'm in my underwear. They can go fuck themselves. They don't see my underwear. They don't see anything. I'm sitting here. All I need is a shirt on me. And everything else they can go for. To be fair, I sometimes need to clean up the room, but usually my room is clean because I stream and I don't want to like clean up before. So 9 times out of 10, my room's already fucking clean because I stream. The kitchen, on the other hand, is fucking messed up right now.
I'm glad they can see it.
Yeah, nobody can see that.
Because my kitchen is like in my background, and as you can see, my fucking cupboard is always open, and I usually have fucking dishes.
Yeah, you wash your dishes before the stream, yeah.
I still have dishes in the fucking sink, but that's like another. That's like the other wave.
Yeah, when I did my cooking stream, I had to clean up my kitchen. But that's it. You guys don't get to see my kitchen, so you can go fuck yourselves. It ain't clean.
Only your girlfriend got to see the dark side of your kitchen.
To be fair, no, she's good. She cleans.
But what have you worked like what kind of jobs have you had in your
my first ever job was I worked in a Western Union store. You guys know what Western Union is, right? Like it's one of those like money transfer stores. You go in, you're like, oh, I want to transfer money to
my cousin.
I don't fucking know, to Zimbabwe. And yeah, and like you would take the money, you'd make the transfer on the computer, you give them a receipt that the money has been transferred, and then that person can go to any Western Union store in their city in order to pick up the money or whatever the fuck it was. Right?
What did you mostly like encounter? Like what usually happened when you worked there? And yeah, when people transfer the money.
So there was this one guy who would only transfer his money with me. I don't know why. There was this one dude who would come in weekly, every week, send $1,000 to America because his son was like in America, like university and shit. And he would send like $300, $400 per week, but once a month he would send $1,000. It would send like $1,000, right? I think that was like either tuition or like house payment, or I don't know what it was, but like he'd send $1,000 once a month, but then he would like be sending $300 to $400 per week, right?
Wait, from where?
From Lebanon. From Lebanon to America.
To U.S.
Yeah.
It's usually the other way around. Where people from the rich countries send money to the family or cousin to the poor.
In Lebanon, it was more along the lines of well, in Lebanon people are not poor. Like we're not South Africa.
Like,
you know what I mean? Or not Nigeria.
But isn't it a development country or
developing? Yeah, it is. It is a developing country, but not all developing countries are poor. We had Lebanese people lived very fucking well, even though the economy was not fucking amazing. Lebanese people generally lived an okay, like good, happy life. Like we were getting okay salaries considering the region. Like the region around us was getting like crap salaries, but like Lebanese people were like nowhere under $1,000 a month. You know what I mean? Like everybody the poorer areas in Lebanon would be getting like $200-$300 a month, right? But like in general, if you work in the city, 1,000 a month is like the minimum you can get, and 1,000 a month in Lebanon with like good, like a rent of a good fucking place in Lebanon, $350, food, 200-300 bucks a month. You know what I mean? Like you'd be living the good life with $1,000 in Lebanon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Holy shit.
So it was not too bad. So especially the people who are like up there, who are getting like 3K, 4K a month, plus tax evasion in Lebanon was way too easy. Still is. Still is way too. Nobody fucking 80% of the population does not fucking pay taxes. So you get a salary of $1,000, your salary is a fucking $1,000. You don't pay taxes, you don't do shit. You don't get insurance, but you can get your own insurance outside. You don't have to pay taxes.
And what the fuck? And okay, but how does it work? Like, are they supposed to pay their own taxes, or what the fuck?
What do you mean? No. The company's supposed to pay your taxes for you, but most companies avoided like registering as companies. So they just charge the client. The client gives them the money by cash, and then they pay their employees by cash.
Oh, that's fucking.
And
great.
That's it. Yeah, and no taxes, no nothing required, none of that shit. But yeah, so in Lebanon, tax evasion is way too fucking easy. So yeah, you didn't have to pay any taxes. The only thing you had to pay in general was car insurance and life insurance. Well, health insurance. But to be fair, health insurance you didn't even have to fucking pay either. Like, you know, unless you have like a problem, you probably wouldn't be easily accepted at a hospital without life insurance or like health insurance or something, right? But car insurance was something that, like, if you have a car, you're better off fucking paying it, because you know you're very likely to get hit by like some dumbass driver, and if you're hit without insurance, you have to fix it yourself. But also, fixing it yourself was not very fucking expensive either. Like, there are so many fucking mechanics that would fix it for you for like $20. You know what I mean? Like, they put some paste on there, they would like really nicely fucking polish that part, and then they'd spray paint it as if nothing fucking happened, and your car is like roadworthy. 100%.
Pour some hot boiling water on the buckle and just pull that and just pull it out.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen those TikToks? Or,
Yeah, you could do that.
like that. That's so fucking great.
So that was I was working in Western Union. I was like just basically the guy who transfers the money. Now, I didn't handle any money during that time. Basically what I would do is I would make the transfer, do everything on my computer, send, and then give the paper to the guy. The guy would go to the cashier, right? Like the guy who does handle the cash, who's trusted to handle the cash. Okay. And then he would give him the money and take the paper, and that's it. Like, you're good, thank you. You know what I mean? That was essentially the situation. Should have transferred me some cash. I didn't know you. I did not know you, Dom. But yeah. I actually
like just get the money and just put in a thing or whatever.
No, well, it really depends. There's some people who would like be asking for the money. You know what I mean? Or some people who would be, like they have to fucking pay us the money, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't give me the $1,000. I wouldn't take the $1,000. The $1,000 would go to the guy who's trusted, and then when they come back with a confirmation that they paid the $1,000 to the guy, I would press send on the transaction.
And
right?
Was the guy trusted?
What? Now I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. So what happened is actually there was one point where I came back on a fucking Monday and somebody tried to frame me for something. So what happened? Yeah, I don't fucking know what happened, but like, I came back, and then somebody looked and then the boss came to me with a paper, And he's like, did you do this? And I was like, I mean, that's supposed to look like my signature down there. But it's not. It's very clear that somebody like traced it. Like it wasn't my actual like signature, but it was very clear that somebody traced it. And they were like, because the ID on you have to put in the person's like identification number, like from their actual ID card, like Lebanese ID card, you'd have to put their identification number on there, right?
Yours or who are
The
they?
person, the guy who's sending the money or receiving it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So somebody had put in 000 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. They put that as their ID, as the person's ID, and they sent $1,300.
Okay.
And they tried to forge my signature on that fucking paper.
Oh my, and what the fuck? You just come from work.
I was 14. I was 13 or something during that, and they tried to fucking blame me because that's the thing. The boss is cool with me because I'm 14 or 13. So he's like, okay, if I make like a mistake or two,
But
you know what I mean?
But
So like
still,
they kind of forged my signature because they knew that like I'm like he's not really gonna do much to the kid. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be like he's a fucking kid. He's a dumb child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
I have no idea.
yeah, he has no idea that this is like real business. But I looked at him and I was like, dude, this is clearly a forged signature. Like, are you actually serious? Like, it looks like the guy traced my signature. It's not like signed. Because
Like
at that
float,
point, I had my signature mastered. Like, I'd be able to sign properly. And I looked at him and I was like, you can clearly see that, like, you know, it's forged. Like, it doesn't have the correct flow that my hand does. And I pulled out like 10 other papers that actually had my signature on them. And I was like, look at all of these and look at this one. Like, do you see how like this is wrong and this part is wrong? And like none of the other papers have these little parts that are definitely not my fucking signature. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's clearly a forged signature that is not correct. But yeah, he believed me, and then he just kind of like got off of my case for that one.
Yeah.
But he never knew who the fuck it was who did that. I don't know if he did find out or not. But what happened is on a Saturday, I didn't work on Saturdays. On a Saturday, the guy who actually handled the money came and robbed the fucking place.
What?
Yeah, the guy who was trusted to handle the money while I was working. Well, I wasn't in the fucking office. I didn't work on a Saturday, but they did. They worked on a Saturday. Like the office was open on Saturday. I just didn't have
Your shift.
Yeah, I didn't have a shift on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So excuse me. Yeah, he came with his guys, like with the gang, you know what I'm saying? Like from his village. He fucking came, robbed the fucking place. I think he robbed them of like $9,000. That was in the fucking drawer. Like they finished their Saturday job, and then he left for his break, and then he came back after the break with like 2 fucking cars full of guys with guns and shit.
Holy shit.
They just robbed the fucking place and just left. And he never came back because I came back on Monday and I'm like, oh, where is what's his name, right? And they're like, oh, he's never coming back anymore.
You missed the fucking party.
I missed the entire party. I had no fucking idea. But yeah, apparently he fucking robbed the place while I was not there.
I mean, it seems like they planned a lot, but came out with little a small reward out of it. But I don't know, like $9,000.
He's still at that point. at that point, I think his fucking salary was probably 700. So
Mhm.
he left with like a year of his salary.
Yeah, and
Like he left with a
and there were
year
like
with a
2 cars
year's
and all
worth of
that
salary, and then he just probably got a job somewhere else.
stuff.
That's probably why he robbed the fucking place, is because he got a job somewhere else. So he's like, oh, might as well. You know what I mean?
Might as well.
Yeah, just just easy. Yeah, like, might as well. Like, why not?
But yeah, that's a interesting first job experience.
Yeah,
But how long? But how long did you work there before it happened? That shit happened.
about 2 months. I worked. It was a summer job. I worked there for 3 months.
Oh, okay.
So within the 3 months period, I got framed for fraud, and the place got robbed. That's just...
I mean, you get to learn. I mean, you get to taste
the
like,
hardships of business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of business and fucking colleagues and all that stuff.
Right.
And shitty colleagues.
Yeah.
So I
No, the
so I guess
colleagues were
that-
nice to me. The only thing was, is there was this girl that was like the daughter, like the, not the stepdaughter. What is it called? The niece. Like the
Like,
daughter of
yeah.
the brother.
Yeah.
Niece. Yeah, she was like the niece, and she was like the main person who would do all the transactions and shit, and she was the one who was teaching me how to do those transactions and crap.
Mm.
And like she would constantly tell me that I'm too fucking slow doing the transactions.
Oh, I fucking hate when people.
But she
say
was
that
fast.
shit.
She would finish like 3 transactions by the time I'd finish one. But that's the thing. She's been working there for 3 fucking years.
Of course. Of
You know
course.
what I mean?
But just understand your fucking situation, like, or telling me I'm fucking slow. Like yo,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. I've been told that. Yeah, yo, you need to hurry up.
Oh,
But-
we have some people sharing in the chat. My first job was technically a fruit cutter that was only like 3 weeks long. Where?
a fruit cutter, just 8
Like at
hours
a
or-
fucking restaurant or something? And Psyche says, I babysat for my first job. I was asked if this little black girl was my daughter. Psyche's white as fuck, if you guys don't know. But yeah.
Wow. And funny enough, I've heard it's really the other way around.
To be fair, Psyche looks like the type to like pull in a black guy.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know how much that tells you about her, but she does look like the type to pull in a black guy.
Yeah, I don't want to get into details. But yeah.
When I took
I
her to the
think-
grocery store with my mom once. Oh. Yeah.
The black guy.
Oh, King says I
I mean,
worked on a
I
farm
mean-
for my first job. Oh, nice. What did you do? Like, is it the
Oh,
basic like
just
Slavic
shoveling
thing
the
where you like shovel, like
The
do the
shit.
ground? No, not shovel the shit, but like do the ground. Like, you know what I mean? Like you flip the ground. What is it fucking called?
Ah, yeah. Okay, I understand. I have no idea what it's called either.
Can
but
somebody
just
can
turn-
somebody help me?
just
Till
turn
it?
the soil or something like that?
Yeah, turn the soil so that you can like plant shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if tillet is the fucking word, but yeah. It was a pineapple cutter, lol. Then I did a little chocolate dipping. Oh.
Ooh, that's hot. That's fucking hot.
Yeah, that was my first job at a Western Union store. Oop.
2 months.
Yeah.
Getting fraud.
Yeah, I
By
worked there for
some-
3 months. My last month there was like fine. I just stopped coming. I didn't even tell them I quit. I just stopped fucking coming. That's the thing. I was like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
then
And my
you
mom,
asked your
my mom
father-
had to fucking tell me that like your boss called, and they're like if you're not gonna come, just you have to tell people. You have to like you don't just like leave.
But didn't you guys agree, like that you're gonna work on this time frame?
Yeah, but I don't know. They just thought I would still be working for like a week or so more, or like something like that. I just stopped fucking coming.
Ah, they assumed, of course.
Oh, you scythed the fields, King. That's fucking interesting. Yeah, I saw people
Oh,
fucking doing that. That just sounds like a horrible fucking time.
It sounds fun. Like
It's fun
that's a
if
job.
you do like a couple of lines. You know what I mean? Like maybe 2 to 3 times is fucking fun. But like doing it for an entire fucking field, fuck that.
Wait, sighting. That's like when people
Yeah,
does
when
that.
people fucking like do the like side to side thing and like cut the grass.
Yeah, yeah. I have no idea. I don't know how rough it is, but by spectating it,
Look,
but
man.
by
Look,
spectating it
that
looks
was the
fun.
only way. That was the only way of doing the fields back in the fucking days. But now we have fucking lawnmowers and you can fuck off with the scything bullshit. Okay? And if you don't have lawnmowers and like the field is too fucking like turbulent, right? Get a fucking weed whacker. That's about it. Like weed whacker is the lawnmower for turbulent ground.
Oh man.
Could use a picture of Mr. T doing manual labor. Yeah.
I've done. Could you picture Misty doing manual labor? Of course, I can. I mean, I can do it now, right here. So
You about to jerk
here-
off on camera, buddy? Don't
Yeah,
do it.
that's
That is
manual
that
labor
is
too.
manual labor. Yeah.
It is basically. It's very easy to do.
Yeah, you
So-
can get a like jerk offer or something. I don't know what it's called, like a mechanical vagina or something.
I
That
mean-
does the work for you. See what I mean? That's like the weed whacker of jerking off. You know what I mean? It's like no manual labor. No, you don't have to like use your hand. It's just
I mean, it is really manual labor because but we prefer to do it the most primitive way. Now there are fucking machines and all that stuff to make this stuff easier, but
yeah. All you
But-
kids nowadays, you know what I mean? With
Yeah,
your with
we
your
have no idea
with
what
your
we've gone through.
mechanical blowjob machines and-
VR
and your VR sex dolls and yeah. VR Bluetooth connected sex dolls and shit. What the fuck?
yeah, you guys are fucking spoiled.
Yeah.
No idea how
You
yeah,
know how
no
you know
idea
how long it took for me begging my dad to get me just a regular blow up sex dolls, and you guys have like a fucking like VR machine sex doll, blah 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 shit, whatever the fuck it is. Kids these
all
days, good
surround.
lord, right? These gays.
All
Did I just
surround
say these
mode.
gays? All right, kids these
no-
days, good lord. Uh,
all surround stereo, all that stuff. The LED lights, the essence. Oh my god,
yeah, right.
incense. Oh,
Right.
what it's called.
Right, with like 60 different speeds and patterns, right? All that fucking bullshit. How did you get your first job, Columna? Like how did you get that? Was it someone that your parents knew?
No, it's what's called in English, the government or what is or how do you call it? Like the towns.
Job center or something?
Not really a job center, but it's okay. Okay, let me just think. So there are like private companies and all that stuff,
Yeah.
but then we have these companies that are driven by the government.
Yeah.
That daycare was driven by the government, and we could just send an application to them.
Oh.
But yeah, it was a thing. Like eighth graders could send the could apply for that fucking job,
Okay, fair.
and
Nah.
then we could just very easily, like no huge requirement or anything,
Hmm.
just get the job and all that stuff.
Ah, fair. Well, yeah, no, my type of thing was like
Yeah, wait.
sorry.
I'm sorry for interrupting you there.
No
So we have to get to of course do an interview and all that stuff to get the job. So I went out there and the person just talked and just asked me weird questions, honestly. Like he asked me, "Do you know how many people live in this town?" Like, no, I have no fucking idea. Okay, I didn't say I didn't say fucking, but I just no, I have no idea. Well, we have this many people and blah blah, and
I was like,
he
oh,
just
cool.
went, yeah. It was basically like yeah, okay, like pretending to be interested, and I was like, oh, okay, huh? I thought it was way less, and all that stuff. And he just talked and talked and talked, and you know, when people just talk and you just losing interest, the more the person talks. Later on, y- like in the beginning of the interview, I stood straight. But then later on, it just went to just leaning forward, my elbows on the fucking table, and all that stuff. My hand supporting my head, like, damn, this person.
You're like, you had your hand on your chin. You're like, tell me
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
Mm.
but I was like zoning out and all that stuff. And then he asked me like, "Do you really want this job?" Like, yeah, I want.
I want it. Yeah. Like, what the
Yeah, of
fuck? What
course.
the fuck does knowing how many people live in the city, like?
Yeah. I mean, that was so fucking weird. Like, why are you asking me that? But I have no memory. Like, I have no idea what he asked. But except that part, like, how many people live in this town? Like, how the fuck should I know? And why should I fucking care about that?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was
Ads are
dumb.
running. Why not get
So
up
that's
and stretch
how.
those butt
So that's how
cheeks?
we went and how we got. I mean, it was a thing. I think it's still like that in the whole Sweden. Like eighth graders are like recommended to go through a summer job.
Oh, well, fair. For us, the
To
government doesn't find that. Like, we have to kind of find it for ourselves. Like, my mom kind of got me that job because the wife of the owner was my mom's like client. Like, she did like her nails and shit over at my mom's, and she's like, "Oh, I'll be happy to like take your son to like work for me for the summer if you would like." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I took that job.
no
But
interviews or anything.
yeah, yeah, no,
Straight
literally. Like, I mean, yeah. She's like, I'll teach him. Like, she knows I have absolutely no fucking like. Why the fuck would she do an interview? She knows I have literally no experience in any job or in any form of like anything at that point.
Yeah.
She would be
Yeah,
like my
why
first
ask?
boss. So why the fuck do the interview and waste both of our times, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get a single job after that until I graduated university. And right when I graduated university, well, I mean, I had the gigs, you know what I mean? Like I'd work as a bartender like for a
Yeah.
bar like 2 to 3 times a week, you know what I mean? Just for fun. Like I barely get paid anything, but I just found it fun to fucking like be a bartender. So my next job, I basically met this dude who worked in an office with my dad for a while, and I'd like come to my dad's office after work after school sometimes. So a lot of the times, like I would speak to him and all of that, and he had like a development thing, like he'd develop websites and shit like that. And trust me, they were like crappy as fuck websites. They were not that good. Those websites were fucking horrible, but he'd be so fucking proud of them. Like by my standards right now, like those websites were fucking awful.
Did he? But did he study web design or any?
Yeah, he studied computer science basically.
Yeah, okay, so
whatever,
he was
yeah.
like basically an engineer or logist
Yeah,
or logical guy.
yeah.
Not didn't have a design sense.
Yeah, those websites looked like shit. But you know what? He was like, when I was graduating university, he was like, "Hey, you know, I'm looking to like actually open up a company where we develop websites, and I'm looking to offer those exact clients that I get websites for to do advertising for them on social media." Right? And I was like, that's not really my job, because like back then I was a game artist, like specifically 3D visual effects, you know, all of that stuff. I was like, it's not really my job, but you know, until I find myself a job. Like I knew it was gonna be hard in Lebanon to find myself a game design and art job, you know. So I took the job, and first thing first, he asked me to do an animation for him as just kind of like an animation for the company, like as an advertisement for the company itself. I actually have it. I have that animation somewhere. I don't know where, but I have it somewhere. And I think it would be super fucking funny to like show it. It might be on their Facebook page or something. It was horrible. That was my first ever animation. I didn't learn to do proper animation in university. I learned to do 3D animation, but not like
2D.
motion graphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was motion graphics, and I had no fucking experience in that. So,
I mean, it's great that you got the challenge of doing it.
yeah.
Instead. But okay, so an animation commercial for the company itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so he hired you to start advertising for the company.
Yeah. So at that point, we were working, me and a guy and a girl in the office. The girl was like hijabi and extremely fucking religious. And then you have Mo that comes in earrings. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no shit's given, fucking sits down and all of that. And I think she had a crush on me because I was like talented and shit. You know? Yeah, but she thought I was Muslim, like because my name was Muhammad. It's just that like maybe I had my own interpretation of the Quran that allowed me to have like these piercings and shit, right? But one time I remember, like back then, we got so many fucking clients that were interested in like design and shit like that like the company basically switched to mostly doing graphic design, and we started hiring interns and shit like that. And I became, in my first job ever, after 3 months of having the fucking job, I became lead graphic designer.
Oh my fucking god! I mean that's a fucking rocket jump in your career,
right? Instantly, first fucking job. 3 months of like junior designer for like the company, then I became the lead graphic designer, and I had like 3 other graphic designers under me that I would be telling what to fucking do, and telling them your design is shit or your design is good, and like.
How was it for you? Like, because when you're like freshly graduated, you don't know jack shit yourself.
But I can tell what looks good. I can tell what looks good. And there was this one girl who fucking graduated and would use like the shittiest fucking fonts, like so fucking stupid and bad. Her design skills were good. Her fonts were just horrible. I'd be like, why are you using that font? Use a different one.
Times
like
New
this
Roman.
so bad. No, not even Times New Roman. She'd use like grudgy, weird fucking fonts, like shit that is basically unreadable. She just thought it was cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so cute and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I had absolutely no fucking idea about like brand consistency or anything like that because I did not graduate as a graphic designer. I had absolutely no fucking clue about that shit. But on my CV it said lead graphic designer. First job, lead graphic designer.
Instantly, like...
Yeah, graduates lead graphic designer. Instant first job. Like this guy was like God.
Like
basically.
Usually, like freshly graduate needs to look for an internship,
unpaid internship. Yeah,
unpaid internship, junior design, all that stuff. But
lead designer, first gig, like no joke. That was fucking fun.
But what happened? Like so you said people were requesting graphic design work, but did they knew that the company were doing web design or other stuff.
No, yeah. A lot of people didn't give a shit about wanting a website. They just wanted somebody to like post stuff on their Facebook page, like, oh, we're making this sandwich, or like, you know, a website is a one-time thing. Graphic design is a recurring thing, continually needed.
Course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he would do that website for the people, and then that would be it. But then he would keep them as a client.
And they don't need them.
For graphic design.
Ah, okay.
And he was like, damn, that's just, you know, like fucking mind blown. Like, wow, I can do that. I can keep these people like under my fucking fingers, you know?
But did you have a mentor, like when you started working? So you didn't know anything about brand identity or shit like that. So you got to learn by yourself then.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I had to learn everything on my own.
I was stressed the fuck out. I mean, to be especially graduated and have that role and have no knowledge about all that stuff.
Yeah. So basically, in that company, I was getting paid like shit, right? Because it was like a small company in a poor area of Lebanon, right? I was getting paid like crap, but we had like a lot of good clients that, you know, if I was still in Tripoli and I would name these clients, like these are some of the biggest fucking companies in Tripoli, right? Outside of Tripoli, wow, you're gonna fucking yawn while I'm talking. See, I did that same thing to you. Go fuck yourself. You did that to me last fucking stream.
I thought about it. I thought about, oh shit, he's gonna call me out.
So yeah.
Yeah, but he's fucking late, so fuck you, man. It's almost like 11:30.
Oh, you see what I mean? That's what happened to me last time, and you're like sitting there. You got butthurt about it last time.
That's karma. That's karma shit. It's came. I was like, fuck, man. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, so so in Tripoli, those guys were like fucking huge, right? Like you go there and I'm like, oh, I worked for the Summit, and they were like, everyone's like, wow, you worked for that place, you know, and like you did designs for them. But then you go to Beirut and you tell them, it's like, who the fuck is that? Like nobody knows them outside of the city, you know.
There was the big shots.
Yeah, there were the big shots in the city, but like outside of the city, nobody fucking knows what the shit, who the fuck that is, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my job. I was basically getting paid like $400 per month, right? And essentially, I didn't decide to leave that job, but what I did was like, hey, dude, in March I'm gonna leave because I was offered an internship, a 3-month internship in Switzerland and Zurich as a crime scene reconstruction expert in the Institute of Forensic Medicine. So they kind of were like, he was kind of like, okay, cool, you can go do the internship, and then when you're back you can continue like your work, while the other graphic designers that have been under you for that time will kind of like hold the position, right?
Okay.
So I did my internship in Zurich, which I can't speak about too much because I'm under a very strict NDA. Yeah, the one thing I can say is that one time we had a whole bunch of other interns coming in with us. Well, not really interns, but like people who were going to come in and like they were going to, essentially it wasn't an intern, but it was people that came from a university to like see how the university works. You know. So we basically had that, and then we had a dinner ready for them to eat. Like for the students, you know, like it was kind of like a little event where like a lot of students came in. we took them out for dinner. We explained. We had a little like seminar for them, and then they got to witness a autopsy, and they got to like see how we did like the virtual autopsy and how we do like other stuff around. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of that shit. So I was like, okay. And then they took us to dinner. They were like, they showed the body. They're like, this is the guy we're gonna be doing an autopsy on today, right?
Just a random body.
It was it was a dude who died of an overdose, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not under NDA for that specifically because they didn't make all of those students sign a fucking NDA. So that guy was a donor. I'm free to talk about that specific day as much as I want because all of those students can like discuss that when they come back to school and shit, you know?
Yeah.
So basically they had they showed the body. They filled the veins with like a metallic substance, which kind of like shows in the MRI, because when you scan it in the MRI, you want to see the blood vessels, like if there's any like leaking on the inside, like maybe he died from like an artery rupturing or something like that.
Yeah.
So they fill it with a substance that would be visible on the MRI, and then they would scan it under the MRI to see if there's like any leaks inside the body, like maybe he died of a rupture, which he didn't, but they showed us how they fill the body with that stuff. And then they were like, okay, so by the time you come back, we will have done the autopsy and like prepared it for your viewing, right? And then we went to a restaurant to eat.
After seeing that body,
yeah,
how can you have a fucking appetite after that?
Yeah, and then we went to, which is exactly what like a lot of the students, like we were sitting at the table, what do you want to order, what do you want to eat, you know what I mean, like we're all getting ready to like, you know, chow down and eat and all of that shit. And then one of the students is like, are we like supposed, like, are we gonna eat right before we go and like watch an autopsy? And then the forensic pathologist kind of looks at him and he's like, well, I mean, that's the life of a forensic pathologist. If you gotta eat, you know what I mean? Like
It's
you
so
have
funny.
you have 8 hours of like constant autopsies every fucking day. Like you gotta eat at some point. You know what I mean? And like
It's so funny. Sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
but he explained it. He's like, a lot of the times, a lot of other pathologists like would be eating a sandwich while doing the autopsy.
Yes.
And he's like, we don't do that. That contaminates the evidence. But
No.
some people do. That's all I'm saying.
It's so funny how people can be numb after working there, after working in a place for a while or in a thing. Like I've heard people working as a plumber and they just vomited when they saw shit pouring out from a tube and stuff. And then later on they're like, all fucking casual. Yeah. But it's so funny that they
Yeah, the
can't-
first time you might feel bad, but
Yeah.
then you kind of get used to it. It becomes
you
like a
get
normal
numb
fucking
and
thing.
like one step closer of being a psychopath.
Yeah, exactly.
But damn.
Yeah. So what was your
Yeah.
job? What was your first job when you got out of uni? Or like college or whatever the
High
fuck you
school,
were.
high school.
High school? Did you not go to uni or like college?
I did, but I still work at the same company while I was studying.
Oh, okay.
I haven't got in my field yet.
Hmm. So are you
Yeah.
still working in that company now, or have you like changed jobs?
No. I'm still working at the company, and
Okay.
and that's and it's basically a staffing company where they send me in different places. I'm like registered in like 4 or 5 companies.
Mm-hmm.
So I work as a warehouse worker, a garbage man, baker. What else? Like a few days ago, I worked as flower factory, if you can call it like that. And holy shit, it like is not a rough workplace, but it basically you stand on one place and just put flowers on a treadmill or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're like a
And
sweatshop worker.
sweatshop worker. Yeah, basically. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Like those Chinese little kids that
Yeah,
fucking make
yeah.
iPhones. You're
Yeah,
you're basically one of those.
yeah. Basically, one of those just dead in my fucking mind, zoned out, and just put flowers on a fucking treadmill, and this and then they move out to and transport the flowers to other grocery stores and all that stuff,
Fair.
and considering it was. Yeah, it is a Valentine's Day tomorrow, and they had like a huge fucking
Shipment.
shipment orders, all that stuff. So we were like basically stressing out,
Fair.
and
Fair.
and it's so funny because
So how did you get that job?
I mean the boss just asked, well, hey, we are looking for people that can work in this.
Where did he ask? Like, where did you find it? Where did they find you?
What do you mean?
You said the boss just asked.
No, my boss. I mean, we okay. So in a staffing company, we have our bosses, our own bosses,
Yeah.
and they have contact with the other companies.
Oh, so basically you have like a
so-
job consultant or something, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
basically.
cool.
But it's nothing interesting in those jobs. It's just mindless jobs. And
Yeah.
you arrive and do your stuff.
Mhm.
But I once tried, but not too long ago, I tried to get into the field of
Mhm.
of what I study, and what I'm trying to get into.
So exactly what
Artificial
did you study?
I studied digital design, and that itself is so fucking broad. Where we
So like
study
me.
graphic design, interaction design, product design.
So like me,
web
I did
design.
computer graphics and animation, literally.
Yeah, but
Computer graphics and animation. That was
I mean, it's
Such a
it's
broad
in
one.
that, it's in that field.
yeah.
It's in that discipline, but the thing is, the thing is, yeah, design. They're all like several disciplines within design.
Yeah.
And they are not the same.
Like interior design,
Product design, interaction design,
design,
graphic design.
UI design, UX design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, and what we learn in my education was like partially graphic design, partially web design, including programming,
Mhm.
and then UX design, all that stuff.
Okay.
So quite recently, I joined a workshop where a school wants to implement AI in their education.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, that's fucking great, because my thesis that got peer reviewed, and okay, just I'm gonna stop there for a bit. That thing the fact that it got peer reviewed will be my biggest flex for
Yeah.
the next 5 years.
For the rest of your life.
Yeah, of course, but 5 years, because it's like state of the art.
Yeah.
But actually, no one gives a fuck about it.
No, I
It's
mean,
so
you
fucking
published
funny.
something, which was pretty cool, which
Yeah.
is something that a
Yeah.
lot of people would never be able to do.
Yeah.
Or will never, like, get to.
So I found this dude on a live stream on YouTube. I planned first to be at the presentation, all that stuff, and where they were talking about the AI in schools and this and that.
Mhm.
And when this dude was about to end his presentation, he mentioned that they are planning to implement AI to learn graphic design or visual communication, all that stuff. And my ears just peaked up like, whoa, what the fuck did he say? That's like exactly what my thesis was about. And then after that, like a few days later, I contacted him. Like, hey,
why not get up and stretch those butt
I
cheeks?
I heard, like, I saw you in that presentation and you mentioned this, and this is like exactly, like quite exactly what my thesis was about, and I sent him an article, and then he invited me in his workshop, where there was about to where they discussed about that stuff, AI in an education program. And the thing is, I was surrounded by teachers. I was like the only designer there.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
and
I was the only fucking artist in the entire thing, in the entire internship for Zurich, like in Switzerland. I was the only fucking artist there. Like, I was the only like computer graphics guy. Everybody else was like forensic radiology, forensic pathology, fucking doctor, nurse, like everybody had a doctorate. Sorry, no nurses. Everybody had a medical degree, like the 7 years to get a medical degree. Everybody had done that and a specialization above that. Right?
But-
I was the
but
only
why-
artist who did like 3 years of university, and I was there. And like I was 22 when I went there, or 21 or something.
Damn.
And like everyone was like, "Dude, this guy's so fucking young. What the fuck is he doing here?" He's like,
Just old people around.
he's quite good. He's talented. And I was like, "Yeah, I fucking am." Like, I look like a big boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just yeah. I was
Lead
invited here.
designer.
I was
Yeah.
invited here. Yeah,
I'm a fucking shot.
I'm a fucking big booty hole type of guy. Yeah.
But what did you do there exactly?
So I was kind of there to like help a little bit with the stuff that the forensic guys, or like the developers of the programs were not extremely well acquainted with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because when you said like when you were the only guy, like why did they need graphic designers like at all if they were like
I did
doctors
3D.
and all that stuff?
I was very
Yeah.
good at 3D. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
basically what it was is that my thesis for my bachelor's project was 3D modeling and interface systems across 35 different programs. So basically what I did is I took every single 3D program out there, from the shittiest to the best and the industry standard. And I learned them all and I mastered them all. And I
Shit, you
wrote a
must be-
thesis about which ones are best utilized for what tasks, and which ones are best for what types of work, and which industry should use which program, and why should this program be used and why it shouldn't be used, etc., etc.
Damn. Oh, damn, 35 programs.
Yeah.
But and those were like free, or you had to like pay them, or what?
Well, I was a student, so I could download most of those programs for free.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
But damn, that means, I mean, if you master them and
So
learn-
basically, they hired me because I knew so many fucking 3D programs. You know what I mean? Like I was like, this is the guy. He knows like literally.
is that how they found you?
No,
For mastering.
I basically, what happened is that during my university, I went to I went to an event here in Stuttgart in Germany.
Mhm.
And it's an event for like industry, like gaming companies and like virtual reality development companies and all of that type of stuff.
Mhm.
And I met one of the guys that was working on that project in the event,
Okay.
right? And I stayed in contact with him over email. I'm going to the event this year again. I'm going to this event in April again, by the way. So the same event that got me that little gig in Switzerland, I'm going back to it this year. So hopefully I get something again. Hopefully I get like a contact of somebody in order to like get a good career, like good job or something along those lines. But yeah, that was how I met him.
It's so funny because like how you just randomly meet people and just eventually
They become useful.
Yeah. Like when
That's
like,
actually how I kind of think about it. It's like you meet somebody and like I usually keep people, and it might sound a little bit shitty, but I do keep people around that like sound like they might be useful at some point. You know what I mean? Like in the future.
I mean, on paper, yeah, but that's basically the reality of it.
That's
Like,
what
you
I
have to
do.
You can, I mean, that's it. That's basically how you get jobs. By knowing people.
Yeah, that's
Don't
basically
fucking send
what
resumes
LinkedIn
and all
tries
that
to
stuff.
fucking emulate.
Yeah, but
It's
oh my
literally-
God, fucking LinkedIn is so cringe.
Yeah,
But
that's
somehow
literally
it
what
has-
LinkedIn tries to fucking emulate, but I don't like I hate it.
Engage in
I hate LinkedIn
me
so
too.
fucking
Me
everybody's
too.
such a fucking kiss ass on LinkedIn.
It's that's so fucking cringe.
Yeah,
Oh
everybody
my
kisses
God,
everyone's
like,
ass and it's just like,
like-
dude.
That shit made me stand up. It's so fucking cringe. Like people saying, oh, like they're telling those protagonist stories and all that stuff.
And then
new
people in the
adventures and all that
comments are
stuff.
like so inspirational. Wow. I'm so like
ah. Oh my fucking God.
yeah.
Like and shit. One time, like quite recently, I just jumped in on LinkedIn just to check out a
No,
bit.
fuck that shit, dude.
Yeah. That's like my instant reaction. Like, oh my God, I just hopped in and I need to fucking leave.
So I my boss actually messaged me very recently because I started like using LinkedIn a month ago. And instead of being a kiss ass, I would literally anybody who posts like a rebrand kind of like for their company, I would literally like be in their comments and be like, this looks like absolute trash. Like
You're that guy.
like this is not, the thing is not centered. You know, the text is not centered to the logo. Like I'd like point out everything that's bad in there. I'd be like the LinkedIn protagonist, antagonist, not protagonist. And everybody like, yeah, like that's the thing. I'd be like the bitch of LinkedIn, and I'm kind of like, I'm trying. Like, what if there's this one guy who just like finds posts and like shits on them, right? Like you should be ashamed for fucking posting that.
You have a fucking
You know?
reputation. Man.
Yeah, but my boss fucking messages me. She's like, I like your comments, but I don't think that's gonna help you in your professional life. I don't think it's gonna help you find a job. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm finding a job on LinkedIn. Like, if a company is on LinkedIn, they can suck my ass. All right, I don't need that shit in my life.
Oh man.
And you know what? And if they're posting extremely proud of their shitty fucking logo that they probably paid $5 for, then I don't need to work for them either. Because if their fucking logo is not centered to the fucking text underneath it and is not properly fucking done, those are not the fucking clients I'm looking to fucking have to begin with. right? Because they probably had their fucking nephew do that job for them for free, right? So yeah, no, they can eat my ass. I
Oh
don't give
my
a shit.
God.
I'm gonna be like the antagonist, like the bitch of LinkedIn, the only guy who actually tells people that their fucking design sucks. Like within 200 comments that are like, wow, so inspirational, what beautiful work, you know, amazing, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, this looks like absolute fucking crap, and you should be ashamed of that you even fucking thought about posting it. Like,
I mean,
get the fuck off of LinkedIn.
I'm gonna look at like my LinkedIn feed and like how does it look like right now? Because I remember a
Bro,
guy.
I
I
have
have no idea. But wait. Okay, so a guy just posted a poll.
yeah.
What is the that our pricing is organized around A, products, two, B, use cases, D, C, value path, and D, projects.
I would literally be like, isn't that everybody, dude? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck. Like, what do you? The
And
fuck do you
uh,
mean? Like,
it
yeah,
ju-
I
I
wanna
mean,
be like the LinkedIn bitch, like so bad. I have this one dude who followed me, who's connected with me on LinkedIn. I think he's from like Nigeria or something. Like, I don't
a
know. I've
prince.
never met him, never spoken to him. His name is like some weird African name. I don't even remember. It's like Kawaki or something like. I don't fucking know what it was. Right. And he always, every single year, right? I've never replied to the guy. He always, congratulations on your job anniversary, or like he messages me, private fucking
How the
messages me, like
fuck?
happy job anniversary, or like congratulations on the new project, or something along those. Anytime something like some anniversary or some event is on my fucking LinkedIn, I will get a message from him, and I swear to you, if I open if I open my DMs with him on LinkedIn, it's like it's like literally there's like 30 messages from him that I've never replied to, and they're all like
Never
literally
open either.
literally happy job anniversary, happy blah blah blah, or like
Ne-
congratulations on the project, well done, or whatever. Like never replied, never said hi, never said thank you. He just keeps fucking sending me messages.
Oh man. Oh fuck, man. LinkedIn is such an interesting place.
Fuck that.
It's
Fuck that place. Fuck it.
It's, yes, but I feel like I'm in need of that at the moment since
Fuck
I'm
it.
not in the market yet or in the field. But when I'm established, I maybe I should do like you did.
Become
or
the
do
bitch of
right now.
LinkedIn, yeah.
Yeah. Just
Look, honestly, those small companies that you're gonna fucking shit on, nobody gives a crap. Like if they're putting in like some of that bullshit, you can call them out. It ain't gonna lose you a job.
But I'll comment on IKEA.
Just
Google, Apple.
don't be don't be a bitch for bitching's sake, right? Right? Like don't be an
Yeah.
asshole for the sake of being an asshole. Say something
question. I would
bad.
question.
No. Tell them that their design sucks if their design actually sucks, right? If
Yeah.
their design is good, be like, good job, right? Or don't even comment. Just kind of go like, just kind of,
like or
okay, you
react.
pass, right?
Yeah.
But like, if the job sucks, and if their new logo sucks dick, and is just awful, just go like,
Holy shit.
just go like, dude, this sucks.
I'm
Like, I don't
trolled.
fucking know what the fuck you're proud of.
That all this post is so fucking useless and uninteresting.
Right?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Don't try to paint that you're out for new adventure.
Right.
You lost your job
Right?
because you fucked up.
Our company focuses on the customer. Yeah, so does every fucking other company, you dipwit. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You're not fucking special. Man.
Yeah, fucking dipshit. So does every single other fucking company, because you know what? Because if they didn't fucking focus on the customer, they wouldn't have they wouldn't have people buying their shit.
Oh man. so okay, so I interned at a marketing agency like
Yeah.
during my studies, and it's so funny because I I just met the guy just all randomly because he was filming one of the fighters that I trained, like in the gym I trained in, and he had like the fucking equipment, the camera, and all that stuff, and I just walk up to him, hey, blah 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 blah, and then we got to know each other, and I told him, yeah, I studied digital design, I do some drawing and such, and he was like, hey, damn, hey, you're pretty good, and just by that I got my internship.
Nice.
Not by fucking sending like a CV or resumes. That's like the best way to do it, and it's so funny because and he just started his own company, and I got to see behind the scenes like how he reacted and about LinkedIn. And he said like, "Oh, people are so fucking fake."
Right?
Yeah, people are so fucking
They
fake.
are, and I
weird-
fucking
and
despise
weird and
it.
all that stuff. But he had also be fake too, because that's a
Never.
ecosystem of-
I'm never gonna be fucking fake. Like, I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's like the best way to get jobs.
Yeah.
And
Fuck that. Fuck LinkedIn. It's fucking
yeah,
little
I mean,
ass kissing pieces of
get-
shit.
get in contact with them on LinkedIn, but don't fucking engage in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like, holy
I'm
shit.
actually
I hate
gonna
it.
try to clip that later and like see like just the whole like fuck LinkedIn's like you laughing and all of that. Like, I'll put it as a fucking on TikTok or something.
Hey man,
Yeah.
well, you make me jobless.
Yeah. No, fuck
Just
LinkedIn.
blur my face.
You know
blur my
what?
face.
You know what? If I start a
Yeah.
company, I'll hire you. Get fuck it.
so in New Year's, I went to a salsa event.
Hmm.
I met someone there, and that and got to know each other. Just casual question, like, hey, what do you look up, like, what do you look forward to in the coming year and all that stuff.
My
And
dad.
yeah, of course, me too.
Yeah.
and
I hate those kinds of questions. Where do you see yourself in 10 fucking years? Go fuck yourself. That's like, I don't fucking know, dude. I didn't see myself in the war in Ukraine, I'll be real with you, but it happened.
oh yeah, man, those
I didn't
fucking
see myself
interview
getting
questions.
stuck for 2 fucking years in Ukraine, but yeah.
I mean, we just talked casually and this and that, and then she asked me for my LinkedIn because yeah, I told her I studied digital. I can't fucking talk. I just
Ugh.
graduated
Yeah.
digital design, and I'm looking for jobs and all that stuff. And apparently she was working in HR. And then and then she told me, hey, I can link you up with this guy, and just get in touch with him, and he will find you a job. I'm like, damn. So everybody in chat, talk to people, touch grass instead of being inside
Yeah.
and look at streams.
Yeah, literally,
how
that's what
you-
it is. You talk to somebody, you get to know them, you get their contact info, and eventually they might be useful. And it's quite the shitty thing. Like, yeah, somebody's gonna be useful. They might find me a job later. But that's the whole idea behind it, is that talk to someone. They might be useful in the sense of like they might find you a job, but if they're also an interesting person, you made a friend.
Yeah.
You made a contact.
Yeah, and it's not like you need to like maintain it that much.
Yeah, like email them once
Just-
every now and then, or like send them a message like, "Hey, dude, how's the shit? You ever managed to like
LinkedIn.
do that project,
Yeah.
or like finish it, or like how did it turn out? Can I see?" You know what I mean? Like just that. Act interested in what they fucking do, And that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
And like when I say act, yeah, literally act, because like
Right.
what they do is probably not that fucking interesting. And like just act, just be like, yo, you know, like how did that project end up going? Like, can you show me? That's literally
I mean,
what it
on
is. That's how you
LinkedIn,
get
you
a
can just
girlfriend. That's how you literally like act as if you give a shit.
okay. I wouldn't like that.
I'm fucking sorry, but like a lot of the fucking times you meet a fucking girl and she tells you something that it's
You don't
not
give a
the
shit
most
at all.
interesting. That's not the most
You
interesting
don't give
thing.
a
Like
shit
I'm
at
fucking
all.
sorry. It is not.
It's not. I'm sorry.
And like neither is my story. That's the thing. I know I'm giving like the girl
Attention or
the attention in the sense of like what do you call it, the attention in the sense of like acting interested in what she does, because I know she's also acting interested in what I do, you know what I mean? Like she's giving me the same fucking
I mean, in the beginning, yes, but then later on, if you catch feelings and all that stuff, who does that? Well, in the beginning, that's like how you. Like, why would someone
because
fake being
faking
interested?
being interested in something is how you fucking develop human connections.
Yeah,
Right?
Fake
And
it-
then
fake-
maybe
yeah,
you
fake
become
it.
interested, later. Like for example, like, oh, I don't know, I am a fuck, I know. I'm like, somebody looks at me and it's like, "Oh, I'm an artist." Oh, really? That's cool. You know what I mean? Like nobody
Oh my god,
like
I fucking hate. I I just see it. That's a fucking fake reaction. When
yeah,
like,
I did it purposefully to like make to for you to
no,
understand that
no,
it's fake.
no.
But
Yeah, I got it. But also but I've also experienced that in real interaction.
yeah.
Like every time when I said, yeah, I studied digital design, and they said, oh, that's awesome, and and I tried to catch them, and I tried to catch them. But okay, do you know what it is? Like, and no. But how can it be
Yeah,
awesome if you
exactly.
don't know shit
And they
about it?
act like they're interested, and everybody fucking does that. Because they're interested in talking to you. They're interested in you as a person, and like to begin with, they have to act like something is interesting in order to bring
Yeah.
the conversation inwards. You know what I mean? Like bring the conversation to a common interest place. You know?
I mean, it's about spending quality time with
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah.
We don't give a shit about
So like
about.
so like Dina kind of like when I met Dina again after a while of like not talking, like we knew each other in the teens like for a little bit, and then we like lost contact, and then I met her again like back when we were both in university, and she's like, "Oh, I'm studying to be a nurse," and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, like that's literally what it is. It's like, "Oh, that's
Who
cool."
gives a fuck?
Well,
man?
yeah, so it's like, so you have to act. You kind of have to. Every human being fucking has to. And then she'll like tell you stories about like nursing and like fucking like stupid is it clients, is it patients is what they call them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like stupid patients and all that. Now it's interesting.
Now,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah.
But
You
you
have to,
kind of
like,
you
fake
kind
it
of have to
till you
fake
make
it till you make it in that sense. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. Tell you know, like I do graphic design. And I can tell you, like Dina will look at me and be like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, like she will have the same exact fucking reaction. They all want the D. It's like when a kid tells you about his favorite game, movie, show. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, just talk to
Yeah,
them.
that's
Just talk to them
cool.
like a fucking kid.
Yeah, and that's exactly basically what it is. And then you kind of like move forward, and then turns out you play the game together, and turns out to be actually fucking interesting game.
Yeah.
But like at the beginning, everybody has to fucking act, and that's
I
the
mean,
whole
we
idea.
don't-
Not everyone does this.
does this.
99%
mean,
of people do.
That's like
Haven't
casual.
we?
I mean,
Ads
that's
are
like
running.
common
Why
human
not get up and
interaction. Like
stretch
we're
those
not
butt
interested. Like
cheeks?
the beginning part is not interesting, like most of the time. But then what happens? Like after a while, okay, now you're gonna yawn.
Now I'm getting tired. Yeah.
We're gonna catch each other
Yeah.
yawning like on every episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be the thing now. It's gonna be like we're gonna call each other out for yawning when we speak. Yeah.
But not with people that are interested in. Not everyone. Okay. I think you don't get the point. It just we're interested in the person, just
Yeah,
spending
you're
time with them,
interested in the person, but not
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 what
necessarily.
they are
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, like you know, like oh, I'm a nurse. Like oh, that's cool. But like I was interested in Dina as a person, but not
Yeah.
like I didn't develop an interest in her career at the time. You know what I mean? Later on, I developed an interest in her career, and like I can talk to her about that stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I was going about my fucking like me. I left that job to go to fucking Zurich. And then I when I came back from Zurich, he was happy to welcome me back as like the lead designer and all of that shit. But by that point, I worked for 3 months in Switzerland and I developed standards. So when I came back, I asked for a raise or 1 day off. So I worked 5 days a week. I asked for either a raise or a day off. Like I would work 4 days a week instead. That way I can get like I can go continue like work a job as a bartender on Fridays or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can like make more money. I wanted my career to go forward, right? At which point he said, "Give me a week, I'll think about it." I continued working for a week, and when the week ended, I came into his office and I was like, "So what? What did you decide?" He's like, "I can't give you either." And I was like, "Cool, then I'm quitting."
Wow.
I was like, "Cool, then I'm quitting." And I quit. I was like, "Yep, I'm out of here." I gave you, and I told him, I was like, it's either a raise or a day off, or I'm quitting. And he said, I can't give you either. So I was like, okay, then I'm quitting. And
like no discussion about it, just...
yeah, and I literally, and he's like, I'd like to ask you to reconsider. And I was like, I'm not reconsidering. I'm quitting. And
Okay.
I left. And I left the job that day. Then I like got a job as a fucking 3D modeler in a startup game company that didn't pay me shit. I worked for 2 months there until I found the job that I'm currently working at. And once I found that job, I kind of like stopped working with that game company, and then it went bankrupt like a month later. So I didn't believe in that game company, but it was like something that helped me like practice my craft while I was away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
It's not like a company that I'm like, yeah, this company's going places. Like, no, it was going absolutely butt fuck nowhere. It was it was literally as just what I just used it as like a way to kind of like practice my work until he just wanted to prepare for you to quit during that week. Yeah, maybe, but that company went bankrupt as well, and he fired all of the fucking employees at the time. Like 2 months after I quit, he had like he actually had no employees remaining. After 2 months of me quitting, I came and visited him in the office, and I was like, "Hey, how's everything?" And like he actually owed me money at the time because he didn't pay me for my last month fully. He still owed me like $300. So I came to collect my fucking money. I came at like 3:00 on a Thursday, and the office was closed. Nobody was working there. I was like, "What happened to everyone?" He's like, "Oh yeah, they all quit after you did." Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he fucking deserved that.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is he? Oh, I just...
But yeah, that was
when bosses or CEOs just try to well
I was
well
getting
deserved.
underpaid. That was what I was. I felt like I was
I
getting
mean,
underpaid.
as a
And
lead designer and all the stuff.
yeah, like in
Uh,
general, the amount of work that I put in for that company, I felt like I was getting underpaid.
mm,
But yeah, so I asked for a raise. You didn't give it to me. I quit after a week.
but
And
that
don't tell my boss right now, but like, I'm not considering giving them the same fucking ultimatum. Like I will quit, but I want to ask for a raise, and I've been like thinking about it for like a month or so right now, of like how to fucking put it. And yeah, because I'm the type of guy that that I will work hard so long as I feel like I'm progressing, so long as I have like goals of progression, of like getting higher in my career and all of that. And I feel like I've been stagnant for about
For
a
a
year
while.
and a half now.
That
Not moving
fucking
up, not moving
Yeah.
anywhere, just like in the same fucking place.
oh
And
my fucking god, that
and-
feeling.
yeah, and I feel like I need that raise. I'm gonna ask for it. I'm gonna be like, honestly, it's affecting my fucking work. And if you want me to get back to working at an efficient rate again, I need to feel like I'm moving up in my career. I need to feel like it's worth doing. It's worth putting all the effort in. And if I'm not getting paid, or I'm not feeling that, then I'm not gonna give you the same level that I've been giving you for the past 5 years that I've been working for you. Yeah.
I mean, you can present it better. If you present it that way, it seems like it's we are not on the same side. What it felt like when you said that or told that.
That's why I haven't immediately went to them, because I don't feel like my argument is 100% yet. I'm
I
like
mean, it's not
working on
about
developing it.
arguing, but you have to like make them, or you have to like present it, or where it seems you guys on both sides trying
Or on
to
the same side, yeah.
try to fix this situation, all that stuff together, not just hey, this and this has been going on. You have to change that.
Yeah, I know. I need to make it feel like we're on the same side. But that's the thing about me. I don't talk in those terms. I never have. I've been working at this company for 5 fucking years. I do not talk like we're on the same fucking side. Like I don't do formalities. And I think and that's the thing. A lot of companies love that about me. Like a lot of the companies or the clients that I've worked with love that about me, because I don't use formalities. I am a guy that says it the way it is. You know what I mean? Like I'll tell it to you the way I see it. And whether you like it or not, that is the way it fucking is. And I'm honest. And that's basically it.
Okay, sure. They like it, but they are not being the one. Okay, shit. I don't know how to say it in English, but you said it like outward to clients or colleagues, but you don't say it to the bosses or the higher ups, like how
dude,
you talk.
I swear more with my boss than I swear with like my clients, dude. I'm very chill with my boss. Like you have no like my boss. If she says something to me and she gets me frustrated, she is a female, and I'll be like, "What the fuck, man?" Like, and she will literally be like, "Mo, I'm not your man." And I'm like, "You are my man, dude." And she's like, "I'm not your dude either." And I'm like, "Come on, bro. Don't give me that shit, bro."
It seems like you guys don't have an HR.
We do have an HR, but she doesn't give a. She knows the way I am. She knows like she doesn't care. And she doesn't actually get offended, but she will like say that, for example, right? Be like, "I'm not your man." You know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Huh.
No, me and
But
my
yeah.
boss are very chill. We're not formal at all. Like I actually messaged my boss the other day because we've been working for like an opera singer influencer, like, you know, helping her out with her Instagram page and shit. And that opera singer, when she sings, she kind of reminds me of like a yawn.
Huh?
Like she goes like,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I messaged her. I was like, dude, like her fucking singing just makes me fucking yawn because she hits the exact notes that I hit when I'm yawning, and it's really hard working on her videos when I'm like fucking teary eyed after yawning 6 fucking times trying to edit the fucking video. And like
Just
my
all
boss is like,
playing,
lol. Just
Lol.
yeah, that's literally what she just messaged me. It's like lol, and that's it. Yeah, no, that's fine. Like me and my boss are super fucking chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, during that time, like I actually like I actually have 2 more fucking jobs to talk about, and the stream is almost ending in 9 minutes. But yeah,
I mean, I have a lot of fucking jobs that I work at, and they're also fucking random. And I don't know, if I should consider this a job, but like, I didn't get paid or anything. It just I got to experience it.
was
So
it an
one time-
internship?
No, I was an actor for a short film.
The fuck?
Basically.
Whoa, where's the film? We need to see that.
in the Google Drive. So okay,
Send
so,
it,
okay.
bro. We need to watch that. We can do like a movie night in my Discord.
Sure.
We watch it. Is it in Swedish?
Yes.
Does it have translation?
No.
Fuck.
No. Unfortunately, no.
Wait. Is it?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
well,
we
okay,
got the quotation marks film. Was it an
Film.
adult film?
No. No, it was a short film. It had a story. No
I
nudity.
mean, a lot of them have a
anything.
story. I mean,
No
at least they
nudity.
attempt to have
Okay,
a story.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the doctor checking your pulse.
Yeah, the first 5
And they'll be
minutes
like,
is
you know, your pulse. I can much more easily see your pulse down here. You know.
Yeah, you need to take off all of your clothes
Yeah,
so I can check your
like
pulse.
you know, right down there.
They have a story in the first 5 minutes,
Nah.
and that's it. but these films will had a story all all the way
Films with an S.
through. Okay, a short film, and then another film was like a school project. Our friend's a school project.
Damn, you need to send us those. Maybe you need to like subtitle them in
Oh,
English.
damn. Oh damn! I mean, I can pause it maybe and just translate them when we
just-
have those movement nights.
Maybe. Or like
Okay,
just yeah, subtitle them. Literally, it's like I think it's easy. If I understood
okay.
Swedish, I'd subtitle it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, what have I fucking worked as? I worked as a daycare assistant for taking care of refugees, mailman, bartender at that night, actor a few
Coco the
times.
mailman.
Like I'm basically Johnny
You get
Sins.
you get any
I did-
fuck? Yeah, you're basically Johnny Sins. That's actually what I'm saying. Mailman, astronaut, you know, plumber, daycare
Like
assistant.
it made me realize, like, holy shit, I'm basically the lower class Johnny Sins because Johnny Sins
The Wish.com Johnny Sins, yeah.
and I was bald at one time where I just shaved my whole head.
the discount Johnny
The
Sins.
discount.
Yeah.
It made me like realize, holy shit, I worked quite a diverse job, stuff. Garbage man, factory worker, warehouse worker, all that. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. No,
And-
my
and-
other 2 jobs is like I stopped working at this one after 2 years. No, after exactly 1 year, I stopped working with the guys that I still work with now to go do my masters. I did my masters. I worked with them as a freelancer. Like they'd send me occasional jobs when they really needed me.
Mm.
And then I stopped working as a freelancer. No, then I like then I finished my master's. I went to Tunisia. I started working with an education company where I did their branding, basically. Like, I handled their Facebook page and all of their branding and all of that shit.
Yeah.
And while I did that, I continued working as a freelancer with the company I work with right now. And they started sending me more work because I was more free at that stage. And then I quit the education company. I started working in a TV company, like a broadcast company, in Tunisia, which basically it's a TV station. And I did like the intros for the shows, the outros with all the credits. I made those, and I made like some of the advertisements, for example. I made some of the editing, like some of the scenes, the logos for some of the shows that they'd be hosting, like a cooking show, and they'd have like a podcast show and all of that. Like, you had to make like a logo for each show and an intro and a transition screen, and for each show needed to have like one of those things, right? And I needed to update the logo of the TV station itself for like Ramadan, which is like the month where Muslims fast.
Okay.
So I'd like have to add like a crescent or something interesting to like the logo of the TV station that's constantly at the top.
And just return it to its normal state.
Yeah, after Ramadan, return it to the,
basically like company does during Pride Month.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to do all of that. I worked for them for a while until like, but the thing is like the boss over there was such a piece of shit that I actually left the office like one day after like yelling at him. I agreed 5 days a week, right? 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. He would try to make me work 9 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Oh, fuck that.
And when I asked for like, the first time he did it, like made me work on a Saturday, I'm like, this is like extra time, right? Overtime. And he's like, yeah, 100%. And then working, I got my first fucking salary with the overtime, right? And paid with the overtime. Then I worked for them for 3 months, right? The second month I got it without overtime, and he didn't pay me my overtime because like, everybody works on Saturdays.
Oh yeah, suck ass.
So I told him, yeah, but my contract says 5 days a week. You're making me work 6 days a week. Therefore, I get 4 extra days of work per month. So you got to pay me for those 4 extra days. That's basically almost an entire week of extra work.
Wait, like 6 days because you work 9 hours, and so there's like an extra.
It's basically an extra week that he has to pay for him every month. So he tried to get out of it, but then I told him like, dude, honestly, you don't fucking pay me my money, I will leave, and all of the fucking files that I owe you are just gonna be gone. And don't fucking think that I'm not gonna fucking do it, or you're gonna be able to stop me from fucking doing it. I have remote access to every single computer in this building. No joke. I have remote access to every single. I still have remote access to every single computer in that building right now.
Do you have it still?
Huh? I still have it. Like, hold on. Where's my phone?
Why?
Hold on. No joke. Where is it? To this day, I still have remote access. There it is. Hold on.
So funny.
All right. You see that?
Remote access.
So you have.
You see that you're not even showing.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna show it to you right now. Wait.
Yeah, is
iMac work, low-end PC work, Vision.com PC work.
holy
Three computers
uh,
from that company.
Nice.
I still have remote, and you see last online June 24, 2022, last online January 17, 2023. That company stopped working now. They're no longer active. But they sold the PCs to somebody probably, and I still have access to those PCs. Like, I can literally access them if they are online and delete all the fucking information on them.
oh damn.
I still have access to those PCs right fucking now. And that's the thing. That's, like, I have remote access to every single PC in the fucking building. I deleted some of them. Like, there were 5 PCs in the company, but I deleted some of them. Because, fuck, I don't give a shit anymore. But I still have access to this day to those PCs, and I can just fucking delete them. Delete their shit. And, yeah. And he ended up paying me my fucking overtime. And then the 3rd month, he tried to also, like, slither out of fucking overtime.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, all right. Bye.
Yeah,
I left.
Yeah, don't fucking bother because
Yeah.
it would be like that.
Yeah, I fucking
Every
left.
fucking time.
I left, and he paid me with overtime. Right? And I was
After
like,
you left.
yeah, because after I left, yeah, he still paid me with overtime because he knows, like, if I don't get my fucking money, he doesn't know how to delete the fucking program, and neither does his technician. He does not know how to delete the fucking program that will take me off of the PC.
Oh man.
And that's the
Holy
thing.
shit.
That's about it.
Corporate job.
And the thing is
It-
about it is, like, I have access to the PCs because I need access to those PCs. Like, in case a client needs something or anything like that, I can access the PC and send the files to myself so I can, like, edit them at home or something. So, like, it's not like oh, I got the access, like, just for malicious use. No, I need that access. But now that I have it, you can't fuck with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's an appropriate way to talk to someone because
just gonna go
they
down. Yeah.
because they started to fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
So of course you have to like answer back.
Yeah.
The thing is, I was about to ask like what happened in Zurich that made you like change and get standards, but you mentioned like when like after your internship or during your internship in Zurich, you said you got standards after that.
Yeah, because I would get a full
Like
break.
what happened that?
Yeah, because I would get a full break where I'm allowed to leave, go, like, eat and do everything. I was, like, given, you know, you're not allowed to stay after 5 while the other companies would kind of keep you, like, until you finish the job. Like, I got the standard, basically, I got a taste of the standards that a proper job would give you. Like,
Okay.
you can leave on time. You need to leave on time. If you work for longer than you should, you get paid overtime. There, if your commute is like longer than 20 minutes, they would fucking they would buy you a car. Like, the company would supply you a fucking car.
Oh shit.
While my job in Lebanon would require me to go buy my own car to meet with the clients, and I paid for the gas.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that he wouldn't like fucking pay me for my gas, you know? So like
you got
it was that sort of thing. Like, I kind of just saw what life is like with standards and in a job. And while I knew I couldn't just like go back and be like, I want those standards applied to me, because it's a completely different company, and it's like a completely different country that doesn't have those types of standards, right? I wanted at least some sort of standard put up, and that standard was a living wage, like a wage that allowed me to live
Yeah.
properly. So I asked for either a raise or a day off so I can go work a different job during the weekend that would pay those wages, you know?
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
pay like those living costs. And yeah, he wasn't willing to supply them. And yeah, I found another job, which is the company I'm working in right now, which paid me a living wage while I was in Lebanon. Right now, it doesn't really fully pay a living wage for Germany, you know?
Yeah. It's a whole fucking different country.
Yeah.
A lot more expensive. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's that's what made me get standards. Yeah, that's the rate setup. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Columna, for co-hosting. Next time we're going to be doing the podcast. It is going to be about firsts, I believe. First everything, you know? First job, which we already spoke about today,
Yeah.
but
Get up and stretch
you know,
those
first
butt cheeks.
experiences
During our
with
childhood and
anything.
life.
Yeah. First, like, for example, Columna's first professional like fight as a MMA player, my professional first game as a basketball player, all that type of stuff. But yeah, until then, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for being here. I really fucking appreciate you. And yeah, I've been your highly distracted host, MoeHefin. Columna has been your highly distracted co-host, and see you guys later.
Wow, we out. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, like, how do you do that?